Did you know our arena champion's a bloody cheat, stranger? Murga tricked me and bit off...
Watch out for Murga, stranger.
Good God!
In the shadows, a dwarven woman spits obscenities down upon a caged voidwood.
More fodder for the arena. Let Murga the champion test out.
Curling her torn lip back over broken teeth, she grabs your hand and pulls you down to the ale-soaked table. Never losing eye contact, she begins arm wrestling you. She glimmers in and out of view, merging with the shadows. Crowing, she slams your hand down into the table.
You need to practice more, dear. Try some pull-ups before you... I bested that voidwoken below us, you know. Dragged that scaly lump down there with my own 2 hands.
What do you want? Boss is busy. Lohar, you've been living under a boulder. Good. Listen up. I brought you up from girl to woman, Marla. Like you was my up.
He lifts his right arm, showing a white bandage beneath it.
This ain't the thanks I expect. Who sent you?
The formidable dwarf slams his fist on the side table.
Enough! Do you know they killed Anhar? Do ya? Start talking sense or I'll take that tongue right out of your mouth and fry it for supper. Bant, Cade, get it.
His sneer travels from...
And you better have a damn good read. Brave lass. I hope for your sake you've got good news for me. If you don't already know the answer to that...
He winces loudly and holds a hand to the bandage on his side. The large red spot in its center has...
Leave a wound alone and it'll patch itself right up. Longer it takes, the less likely you'll let it happen again. If it won't heal, so... How'd you make it out of Fort Joy? I've got people. They've got people. But me, here's one I heard lately. A group, you one of her little seekers? Chasing down Godwoken and begging them to save us all? Alder's been telling us all kinds of this and that about Godwoken. So no, I'm not convinced. We're swirling the drain. If someone doesn't plug it, so? What do you want?
Tell the truth now.
Ah, and it just so happens I can help you. Depending on what you can do for me.
He gestures towards...
Had a bit of family trouble lately. My girl Marla got... That ain't like Marla. Ain't like her to put... And wouldn't you know it, that blade she used wasn't any normal bit of steel. Guy's name is Mordus. I sent a few guys to go check on him. I'd like a word with the guy. Glad you see it. No one's seen him in a good few. I've got some people checking out his house near the tavern now, though. Tell them I sent you, and they'll let you know what they've found. Truth is, they might be glad to see you. Reckon a sorcerer will have better luck. Well, like I said, Mordus is a special guy. A source. If there's something you want to find out from him, you might want to ask. Here, you can take this off my hands. More good luck.
You're one of us. How could you do it?
Good to meet you, Governor. What's your poison, then? A sip or a smoke? Take all the time. Pleasure doing business with you, Governor.
Mercy.
Aye, so it is. Further down's the arena, see? And the gladiators are always on the lookout for. I give them. You could say that my dad... So, if you're interested, Governor, all you have to do is use your imagination. How can I make you...
Ifan approaches you, a drink in his hand and a wide...
Want a drink?
He grins and hands you a drink.
It's really been some adventure so far, eh? One must stop to appreciate the good moment.
Ifan looks around at the Undertavern.
Well, plenty of drinks to be had when the world's saved. To Rivalon.
My good lady, I see that you accompany no other than His Royal Majesty, the Red Prince.
Of course she'll be so kind. Speak freely, kinsman.
Directions, milady. I was bid to send you to none other than Bram. He was waiting for you.
He looks around the hazy room with hasted...
The House of Shadows stirs. The Honorable Bramos sensed them closing in. A little ways east he went, in search of safety, to an encampment of...
Indeed I am. We...
Prince of Princes.
He bows deeply before the Red.
The House of Shadow, an ominous phrase. It's as if I can feel the onset of night. Quite. But you must realize that until a short while ago, the very existence of the House of Shadows was a mystery to us. If this thing of darkness steps into the light, it must be desperate. And desperate means dangerous. Who said anything about fear? I hardly... But I suppose you do have a point. If they are dangerous, we will simply have to be more dangerous. Onward, then. Let them strike what...
Mercy, mercy. Watch 'em fight. Watch 'em. See that? Right in the kisser. Doesn't even...
Are you? Are you? No.
What's this? I found something.
You want an engraved invitation every time? You know the way in.
Well, hello, stranger.
You look down at the cart and see fish with flaking scales, tumours and, in what...
It's free to look. Just don't touch nothing. Fair travels, friend.
We pay more for less, and it's the likes of you that's to blame, Lizard.
Be paid soon enough.
My word, but you do look exhausted. I have at it. Got you some...
Woke up this morning in a sweat. Can't get that thing.
Your fish stinks of the void. What kind of rat
Made it back,
sells such stuff?
safe and sound. That's all you gotta think
I
about
don't
right
fancy
now.
starving along with the rest of this town.
Easier said than done, Ada.
It's all well and good for you with your rations. We've got to take what we can get.
Keep talking, dwarf, and you'll end up eating sawdust from a cell floor.
Keeping it together, Bree?
I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it.
Yep.
Woke up this morning in a sweat. Can't get that thing out of my mind. You needing supplies? I'd stock up if I were you. Anything more?
Not called for the junk you sell, then.
Junk? Why, I offer nothing less than the wisdom of the ancients.
In a vat of vinegar.
Vapid fiction, along with a large helping of ham.
Hey, don't come visit your cunt. Who will?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Against the ancient empire!
Factory that another boat went down. Things ain't looking good.
Yeah. You suppose the Magister will get rid of the woodworking anytime soon?
Doubt it. Now they've got that hellacious general in charge. What do they call it?
Until later, then.
Time will tell, I suppose.
The dog lies there quiet.
What are you looking at? I'm sick here. Get lost. Got a pain in the neck. Got a bad pain in the neck.
It snaps at your hand. It flinches. A low, threatening growl builds within its throat. Under the collar, you find the sharpened points of metal rivets, gouging the poor dog's skin. The dog gives you a long, hard stare, but does not. The dog goes to bite your hand, and then realizes the pain.
Hey, I feel okay. Thanks. Think I'll wander off now. Here, before I go, what can I do to show my gratitude? Master did. Huh? Wait a minute. Master hurted me? Excuse me a minute. I'm gonna go now, but first I have a...
He turns to...
You bad man, you!
Penny for a grieving beggar whose dog ran away. God damn it. That was my livelihood.
You're safe among friends.
Penny for a grieving beggar? I reckon I'm owed it here. No. You wouldn't do that, would you? Oh, yes. You would do that, wouldn't you? I couldn't prevail upon you to change your mind, could I? Go on and get lost.
Keeping it together, Bree?
I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it. Keep to yourself.
Where is it? Where is it? Madam, please, have you seen a small burlap pouch lying about?
She looks up at you in surprise. Her great greenish gold eyes sparkle.
You'd help me.
Tears star her eyelashes, and she begins.
I know. What a crybaby I am. The pouch. I really must find it back, or my master will flay me alive. It had quite a sum inside. Magister Reimond. He bade me take the coins to purchase supplies for his journey, but I dropped it along the way.
She tilts her head back and...
I'd never do such a thing. Never. Gods, you're so terribly kind, but I couldn't accept such lavish charity. It's so I don't know what to say.
She accepts the coins.
You don't know what this means to me. Oh, thank you.
My inkwell is dry. Fetch me some more.
Divine order to march against the ancient...
How you holding up?
Not in any mood to talk about it.
Over there.
Ovis? How can you afford his stuff?
I got me a sweet deal. That's all you need to know.
Have you heard any news?
Nothing good. The Voidwoken are everywhere. Thank the Divine you're here to protect us. War's a brunt. Special prices for you, my friend. War is hell, my friend, but it's very good for business. Good luck to you.
Hear ye! Divine order to march against the ancient empire!
Keeping it together, Ray? I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much. You're safe among friends. Never forget it.
Hear ye! Bishop Alexander was slain by seekers! Culprits in a large!
You eating any of your own fish?
You kidding? I don't eat what I sell. I usually buy from Ovis over there.
Ovis? How can you afford his stuff?
I got me a sweet deal. That's all you need to know.
Justinia executes 2 dozen noblemen for insubordination!
Keeping it together, Ray? I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much. You're safe among friends. Never forget it.
There's no safety in solitude.
Well, keep steady. People still need potions. We'll be by soon enough.
Hear ye! Hear ye! Queen Justinia executes 24 noblemen for insubordination!
Keeping it together, Bree?
I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much.
You're safe among friends. Never. Could be worse, you know.
Hard to see how.
You could be a dwarf, for starters. Got word from the factory that another boat went down.
Buying or selling? Capital. Good luck to you.
Yeah. You suppose the Magisters will get rid of the Void Woken anytime soon?
Doubt it. Now they've got that hellacious general in charge.
What do they call her? The Axe?
The Hammer. Hope you're wrong.
I smell cabbages. They're so
Driftwood Fishworks.
I don't care if we tear this place apart plank by plank. We will find him.
That's close enough, Reptile. I thought you lizards were all hiding behind your Imperial walls. What are you doing in Driftwood?
Grumbling.
We have the authority of 4 missing Magisters. And if we suspect you're hiding their killer, we'll throw you to the damned Void Woken.
The dwarf peers.
Fascinating. Oh my, I mean, no, what do you want? What's it to you?
The dwarf grimaces.
Whatever's wrong with these fish is causing a lot of hardship for a lot of folk. I want to figure out what's happening to them. See if there's anything that can be done. Yes, as it happens. I need to see the effects of eating these fish firsthand, if you understand me. Do as I ask, and you'll be amply rewarded. Wonderful. Now, there's 3 samples.
The fish instantly churns your insides. You double over. A sudden vivid sensation of floating in darkness assails you. There's something in there with you. The dwarf suddenly drifts back into view.
How do you feel?
A stream of black bile suddenly erupts from your mouth and across the dwarf's boots. He doesn't even look displeased.
I see. Well, I'm sure it was nothing. Speaking of which, I've learned a great deal from observing you. I owe you a great debt.
The dwarf puffs up his chest and...
The fish is indeed malignant. Lizards are affected by it in the same manner as other species. Don't you see? If all species are affected the same... Now for your reward. The fish you ate is known as yellow ridgeback. Quite a cunning breed. Often used in concoction. Who is to say how such a creature might alter and seek out somewhere that peddles alertness herb mixes. Adding these, unique... So, now my work...
If
any of you see so much as a rat's hair out of place, you tell the Magisters. Then we can get them out, and you can get back to work.
My thanks once again, stranger. With your help, I might make a breakthrough yet. Well, I'm afraid I'm a humble sort. I wouldn't want to get mixed up with the sort of place that peddles these herb mixtures, but my findings are very promising, but speed isn't a virtue of my field, I'm afraid. Well, let me see. The yellow ridgeback. Now, find somewhere that peddles alertness herb mixes. Then add the ridgeback that I gave you. The effects of the new mixture could...
Bugger off, I'm busy. Grisha's still the favourite. If I bet against him, I could win big.
If any of you see so much as a rat's hair out of...
You see a man, well-fed and wealthy, but he tries to ignore...
See here, I'm very busy. The factory is crawling with Magisters, and our shipments to Arks are held up. Time is money. Don't waste my money. What do you... A murderer, or a sorcerer, or some other species of miscreant? Whichever it is, it has nothing to do... That's privileged information. I have a trade to protect. Not being human, you don't seem the type, no. The answer to your question is unsurprisingly a man in a house. A man in a house buys all the void...
That dark shadow crosses his face.
Not that I've ever met the man. Not sure I want to, if I'm honest. Absolutely not. I don't give away sensitive... That really is enough...
The dog sniffs the wooden...
Something's wrong. I don't know, but there's something wrong, and it's under... Be careful down there, missus.
The dwarf reaches into a barrel and pulls out a fish. His knife glides. The innards fall to the floor, landing in a pool of dark bile. You'd expect fish to smell, but these reek.
Aye, the coin's sweet, and the smell sure ain't. Mind you, the boss found a buyer for this lot.
He runs his knife through another fish.
I'd say your guess is as good as mine, except I got the sense not to ask any questions.
The dwarf turns back to his work, slicing and disemboweling. Looking at the barrel, you see that someone has scrawled Black House on it in paint. You cast your eyes around to see that...
Here, leave that...
Behind the containers, the fish in...
Please, you have to help me. The Magisters have gone mad. They're trying to kill me. Please help me. I don't want to die. I don't want them to take me. I have no idea. I only arrived in town a few days ago. I sold a few items to Grandmaster Ken. I was just sitting in the tavern, minding my own business, and the Magister started screaming at me.
You hear a quiet sob.
Why is this happening? I didn't do anything.
There's a moment of silence from within the barrel.
I may have been studying some new scroll, but that doesn't mean I had anything to do with the disappearances. I'm a tinkerer. I'll fix things for a living. I would never hurt anyone. I don't know. Please, all I know is it wasn't me. I just need to get out of Driftwood. I can't risk, please. I'll do anything. Just don't let them see me. Don't let them find me. Damn it, hurry up. I can feel the fish oozing everywhere. Okay. Go if you have to, but please be quick. If the Magister's even... I have enough niter and brimstone to turn this factory into a crater. Please. I don't want to die. But if the Magister's... Okay.
Hackles raised, the dog barks at the sand built up beneath the building.
You're nice, and I'm a good dog. Yes, I am. There's something not right, and that's wrong. It's under the house thing there, and it's bad. I can smell it. You be careful now. What's under there smell...
The little boy looked...
And got you a tail. Don't be rude, Ben. She's a lizard. It's not our fault she's ugly. We're waiting for our friend.
He went swimming.
For...
That's what I said. Fort Joy. He's gonna find his mum and bring her back. That's right.
I think he's an idiot.
You mute sacks! The Lord dread or...
The Magister stops barking orders. He sniffs the air like a predator, turns to face you, the wolf eyeing the deer.
You do not get to make that decision! That decision... Tell me, have you ever been strung up by the hands?
Your body swinging like a bell's clapper as your bones are being broken with cast iron rods. I inquire because I enjoy painting.
He licks his lips.
See, I'd like to string you up too. Rack you with rods and leave you dangling over a puddle of your own blood and piss. Oh, no. I'm very good at what I do, see? I don't even need... There was a whiff of something in the air when you were best convinced me I was mistaken.
He leans in closer and sniffs the air once more.
Interesting. So I was mistaken. Must have been ambition I smelled on you, not them very well. In that case, we'll forego the gallows and turn... Seems peaceful here, doesn't it? A quiet... But they do. Consider for a moment the dwarf. What is he? A mule, a beast. I've need of a rat catcher. Of course. I must depart post-haste.
Stay behind? But...
Like I said. And with that, I must be off. No hard feelings about the death threats, of course. How about we part shaking hands? How very... One last thing. The Magisters here, should this happen, just wave this piece of parchment in their eager little faces. My signature will... Adieu and good luck. The time has come, my stitched-lipped lovelies. We set sail. Get on board and man your stations.
Left behind like a dog.
The Magister is rubbing the dirt off his robes. None the worse for wear.
You! The damn recruit! I'd be whining and dining aboard the Lord Dread if it weren't for you. Your meddling in Magister of a man of stature wouldn't be more. But here I am. Now answer me. Did you meet with the Magister caravan on your way into town? The hour's growing late and I'm beginning by the bishop's bones. You saw it. Out with it, woman. What happened? Voidwoken. That means source was used. Which means something... Reimond, that old goat, always suspected there's more. Too many things have gone wrong along Reaper's Coast to attribute to bad luck. Rumour has it the Dwarvian Queen herself is behind these acts of sabotage. That is what I want you to prove. They've always been snakes in the grass. Cheap lady. You know what Queen Justinian is like, surely. A tyrant and a master strategist to boot. There's a local thug, Lohar. He runs an operation. It may be interesting to have a word with him. Find out what he's up to. It's wild territory. Remote. And should you find any such place, and better yet, proof that Lohar is working in behalf of... In that case, go forth and let the hunt commence.